Ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all I was going to try to find an Okidogi EX deck that worked, and I think we might be onto something.
Always give it 100, don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing, I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!
Now at first glance, this deck doesn't look like anything super special. We are playing 3 Okidogi EX, some baby Pecharunts combined with Pecharunt EX and the Genesect. So the idea behind this deck is to just Precious Trolley our way to victory, right? By getting down the Genesect and attaching a tool to it, thus being our A-Spec nullifier, and then allowing Okidogi EX to strike first with its poisonous musculature attack and attaching to dark energy so that our chain crazed attack does 260 damage, thus poisoning Okidogi, right? But anyway, so not to get into the weeds, this deck has been super interesting. It was sent to me by a good buddy of mine, and you know what? I'm really excited to show you guys what it's capable of because it's a little interesting, right? You can sometimes just win the game by counter-catchering up a Pokemon that can't retreat. Like if somebody's using a Zoroark draw engine and they can't attack with Zoroark, you just counter-catch it up with Pecharunt and then you attack with Poison Chain. And all you have to do is just keep on switching energy around. We play 4 energy switches and then we play 4 Janine Secret Art. So it's a bit of a fun deck, and if you guys enjoy it, let me know. But let's get into some games and see how it plays. All right, team. Here's the deal. We are going second, and I'm so excited because we are playing Mimikyu, right? Oh my god, we do just top deck the trolley. Oh, yes, bro. Oh, you love to see it. But you know what? They do have a Mimikyu in the active, which sucks. And we don't have the Munkidori, dude. We prized it. Oh, we do have the Pecharunt in our hand. Okay, do I want... Yeah, maybe I'll just grab... I'll just put all these on the bench. Yeah, I don't see... Why not? You know, I mean, there are worse things in the world. We can't attach a Bravery Charm to the Genesect, so that way they can't play their A-Spec, which is brilliant. And you know what? Since we have the Arven, we'll grab it anyway, right? We'll play it anyway. We can go ahead and grab Energy Switch, and then I think Bravery Charm. I want to assume that this is maybe the Feraligatr deck. I don't know, though. So we can at least attach energy to the Pecharunt. We'll attach the tool to the Pecharunt. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and subjugating change the Pecharunt into the active, and I think pass. Yeah, without the Munkidori in play, that does kind of put a bummer on things, but we can't do anything to go around that Mimikyu. So we can just attach energy next turn, and we will be doing, what, I think a total of 60 damage. We do 10 actual damage, and then they're poisoned. Put 5 damage counters on them. No, yeah, we do a full 7 damage counters. Oh, dude, you love to see it. Oh, bro, and our opponent ruins our day with an Iono. Please give me an energy. Bro, what? What is this? Okay, hopefully that Pokégear can get us into a... what am I trying to say? Oh, no, it's not. It's frickin' Dragapult. Well, that sucks. Our opponent does have Precious Trolley, and they get rid of the Precious Trolley and the boss's orders with the Ultra Ball. Grab a Dragapult. Yeah. All right, so our opponent means business here. They are pissed. But that's okay, because we are going to knock out the Mimikyu. If we can get an energy, top deck. Oh, yes, brilliant, bro. Come on, Pokégear. Ooh, we do get a Janine Secret Art, too. So now, granted, do I want to play the boss here and knock out the Dreepy, right? Because technically we will do that. You know, let's just start out nice and easy, right? We'll attach the energy there. And now, yeah, maybe I should. You know what? They had the Dragapult in hand. Screw it. We're going to boss up the old Dreepy. And we're just going to Poison Chain, right? Dude, this is great. Look at that. 10 damage, 6 damage counters. Down you go, baby. And we're taking a prize, and they're not attacking with Mimikyu. Bro. Juicy. Munkidori? No. Janine Secret Art. Okay. Well, that's fine because we can Janine Secret Art to the Okidogis next turn, and we can hopefully take a knockout. Let's see what our opponent does. No. Luxurious Cape. Crap. And they pass. That sucks. All right. Well, I mean, that's actually fine, right? We'll just play the Janine Secret Art. We'll put energy onto our Okidogis on the bench. And then, you know, the good thing about Pecharunt is that we can use Pecharunt as an attacker too, which is really great. Do I want a Nest Ball for anything? No, I think I'm good. I think we just Poison Chain. Yeah, Poison Chain, we'll put 7 damage counters on them. They need to top deck an energy here, right? Like, I don't even think... Is Fezandipiti active at this moment, right? Now that we've gone into the next turn? I don't think so. And yep, our opponent just concedes, bro. Wow, that was crazy. Actually, ton of fun. This is why I really enjoy this deck. Guys, now this is where I get excited because we are seeing a Cornerstone Ogerpon in the active, and you know what? Dude, I'm okay with that. Like, I got absolutely no problem seeing that bad boy there, especially since we tear him apart, dude. You love to see it. Now, granted, we are playing... Oh my god, is this that damn Blissey deck? It is. Oh, it totally is, man. All right, so Now we just need, I don't even know what the A-Spec is, right? It's Turbo Energize is like the tools they run, but is it Precious Trolley? It is Precious Trolley. Okay, now we don't need the Genesect because they are going to get that into play. Damn, dude, if we would have gone second here, we'd have been in the money. But good thing is, we're not getting the attack off next turn, right? But, I mean, as long as we have Binding Mochi attached to our Okidogis, we are knocking out Blissey every time, right? Because we're doing 300 damage, you know? So that's really good, because then they're not KOing us. So, yeah, I mean, I think this should be an okay matchup for us. Let's just make sure I didn't prize Precious Trolley, because if I prize Precious Trolley, then this is all for none. Nope, I didn't prize it, and I prized one Bravery Charm, though. Okay, so now we got to talk about what I just want to do. I don't need the Genesect. The Fezandipiti would be great. I can grab one Okidogi. I have Baby Pecharunt in my hand. Probably don't need it. I do need the Pecharunt EX. And you know what? Shoot, why not? Let's just get the Fezandipiti in play. Not gonna kill us. Now, granted, I don't have any other energy to attach, which just feels bad, you know? So let's just go ahead and attach Bravery Charm to... I'm going to attach it to Pecharunt so it's not as easy to knock out. We'll attach the Binding Mochi to Okidogi. And yeah, we will just Poisonous Musculature, right? Does that sound fair? They're probably going to go into Munkidori here to avoid getting or having the Cornerstone knocked out, which is totally fine. But if they do go into a Blissey, we do knock that bad boy out. So this is good. But our opponent, I'm getting distracted. Our opponent does play the Switch. Professor's Research, they go into the Chansey, probably looking for another Turbo Energize. And now granted, dude, I mean, I just want a boss's order here. If I can get a boss off the top deck, boss up the Blissey, and just end their days, bro, I would be so happy. But our opponent does play the Town Store, and it looks like, I mean, we can use that to grab the other Binding Mochi. It doesn't really matter. Now, they do grab the Rescue Board with the Town Store, and they happy switch energy onto the Blissey. And I'm curious, what are you going to do here? Because I want to boss that Blissey so bad. Oh, they're choosing a new active Pokemon, so probably going to be a Munkidori. There's no way you go into the Blissey right now, right? Oh yeah, they just go into the Munkidori and they pass. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're not going to manipulate any damage here. I'm just going to go straight for the knockout. Ooh, we do get another energy. I can attach the energy to the Okidogi here. And you know what? I am going to grab the Town Store. I don't think they play any cards that like remove tools from you. And as long as we have tools attached to all the Okidogis, we're good. And then we can use Pecharunt as another attacker in the late game. But let's Professor's Research away the hand. Ooh, we do get a nice follow-up. Now, Gravity Mountain's not going to help us here. And I probably should just throw that down. Yeah, screw it. We'll just throw it down. And 600 damage, dude. Munkidori! Oh, it feels so good to be able to do that. Now, they still don't have any energy to manipulate. I think they would have to throw down a Calamitous Snowy Mountain, and I don't think they even play that. But yeah, 180 damage. They need 2 damage counters on us for our Okidogi to go down. So let's see. Oh no, they've got the Rigid Band. I totally forgot about the Rigid Band. So if we attach energy to Munkidori, right, then we can manipulate, what, 30 damage to the Blissey. Does that negate the Rigid Band? I think it does. Rigid Band should only be 30 damage, right? Oh, I didn't even get to see it. Okay, let me try this again. Rigid Band. Okay, takes 30 less damage from attacks. So, oh no, if it takes 30 less damage total, yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to rack my brain right now and mess that up. But dude, oh, that sucks, man. We were looking so good until I forgot about the damn Rigid Band. Well, you know what? That's okay, because we can at least Janine's... Ooh, no, you know what? I can boss up. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to boss up the Roaring Moon, right? I don't know if we're going to win this, especially with the Rigid Bands in play. Like, seeing that the Rigid Bands are in play does kind of suck. You know what? I will... we're going to get out Munkidori'd here, too. So do I really want this energy on the Munkidori? Not really. Actually, you know what? I think I totally do, right? Man, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have bossed up the old... Roaring Moon there. Maybe I should have just taken out the Blissey. That would have taken a lot of energy out of play. But again, they don't have any damage to manipulate just yet. So yeah, they are going to knock us out with Blissey this turn. We do have to get Janine's Secret Art off here, and we have to Energy Switch and make sure we can take the knockout on Blissey. But yeah, I was a little worried because we do do 270 damage, right? Leaves it at 30. If we do Munkidori onto it, why am I thinking that Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking that we just don't get the knockout. Now, our opponent is making our life more difficult, and you know what? They do have the rescue board attached to that other Blissey, so if we can get another boss's order here, then we can boss up the other Blissey and not worry about the effects of Rigid Band, in which case we would just boss up the Cornerstone because we can knock out the Cornerstone. Yeah, our opponent's just gonna return. Okay, so yeah, I've just gotta remember here. I gotta remember what the steps are for us to win, because I'm just not feeling super confident in my ability to really understand how to win this game. But we can go ahead and just go into the Okidogi here, and I think it's just Janine's Secret Art Energy Switch. I think is going to be the easy answer, unless we top deck Energy. No. Oh, we can flip the script though. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll click you, and then we'll flip the script, hopefully get the energy that we need, so that way we don't have to move the energy off of Munkidori. Am I right? Like, does that sound like a good plan there? And you know, I will throw down the Pecharunt too. I feel like the Pecharunt is needed, and then I can attach the Bravery Charm to it. Yeah, I just don't know if we win this matchup. We do get the energy attachment, so we can attach energy here. We're not knocking it out, sadly, dude. If we were doing a little bit more damage. Yeah, you know what? We just have to swing for 270 here, because now they are going to move a total of, what, 90 damage counters to Okidogi. They're going to knock it out. We would have needed a Bravery Charm on it. And then we can't knock out Blissey next turn with Pecharunt. We'd have to go into Pecharunt EX, but we don't have energy attached to it. Yeah, our opponent pops the first Adrenabrain. They're popping the second one. They're going to happy switch over to the other Munkidori, so I'm just going to skip to the part where they knock us out. Yep, and there they go. Return for 180 damage. Down goes Okidogi. Damn, dude. Okay, so that would have been much cooler if, you know, we would have won. But now I kind of want to go into Pecharunt EX here and just take the knockout with Pecharunt, because nothing is surviving, you know, this whole Munkidori manipulation. Actually, no, wait a second. No, I think I'm underthinking this. Let me do this. Let's flip the script real quick, because they don't have any. Once we knock out Blissey here, there's no more energy for them, or no more damage for them to manipulate. So if I just Janine's Secret Art here, and we just put energy on these two, how are they going to knock me out next turn? Oh, shoot. I am short on energy. I probably should have checked my deck. You know what? Let me Night Stretcher back in energy real quick, right? And then we do have the boss's order in hand, so they do have to Iono us next turn, right? Man, I am so lost in thought right now. But let's just go ahead. Chain Craze, dude. Down goes Blissey EX. We've got one prize card that we have to take next turn. So where do I go from here? And we do get our other boss and our other energy out of the prizes. So now, granted, we do have like 15 cards in hand, so an Iono here would be devastating. But they are only doing 180 damage at the end of the day, and we're knocking out everything on their bench. Yeah, wow, they do. So they do happy switch all the energy onto the Blissey EX. They haven't played a supporter yet. Oh, and they just return. Wow. Okay, yeah, so we can just boss for game. We don't even need to boss. I think we're doing 300 damage to knock it out with no Rigid Band attached to it, dude. Look at that. Holy crap. I thought we were coming from behind the whole game. I didn't think we were going to win that, but dude, I'm telling you, that Blissey deck, lethal, bro. Lethal, but I'm glad that my understanding of this deck has heightened. Oh, and we also had Lively Stadium I could have thrown in for an extra 30 HP. That actually might have made a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are going second, and we're playing, what the hell is this? Kamala. Both active Pokemon are an hour's sleep. During your next turn, attacks used by this Pokemon do 100 more damage. Really? Okay, good. Thank God we have a deck that can just switch in and out of the active, but I don't really know how to deal with this. We do have Pecharunt in the active, which would have been great if they had a 70 HP Pokemon, but I don't really want to put any damage on a Munkidori. So since that's the case, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and Subjugating Chains up the Okidogi EX, and then I think we'll just attach the Binding Mochi. I can attack here. I'll play the Janine's Secret Art. We'll put energy on both the Pecharunts, right? Does that make a little bit more sense? That way we do have more energy into play, and then we can move and Subjugating Chains in and out of the active, and then we'll just, yeah, Poisonous Masculature. I don't know if this was the right move. Maybe I should have gone into, you know, Pecharunt, Poison, put 70 damage on Munkidori, but then 30 of it comes back to us, and then I don't know if they have an energy in hand or not. So maybe I read too much into that. I probably should have just done Pecharunt. Holy cow, wow. Okay, so our opponent attaches Therapeutic Energy to the Munkidori. They play down Doduo, and they just pass. Okay. So I don't know what kind of monstrosity this is, but it's super interesting to say the least. So, you know, let's just play Arven here and fill up our bench with the old Precious Trolley and the Bravery Charm. Has anybody ever played this Kamala deck or Kamala deck? I don't want to call it a Kamala deck because I don't think it is. But you know what? We'll play Yeah, we'll grab the Genesect. We'll at least attach the thing to it. What's the thing? What is the thing that I'm thinking of? The Charm. We'll attach a Bravery Charm to it so that way they can't play an A-Spec, because I don't think they have played an A-Spec yet. Yeah, they haven't played anything, so now I just feel a little bit more secure about my future, and we just go ahead and do 300 damage. Boom. Down goes the Doduo, and I am blown away, bro. What a heck of an experience. No, seriously though, does like Kamala evolve into anything else? Like, does Kamala, does it have an evolution? I feel like it's like a Zangoose style Pokemon that doesn't have an evolution, but again, I could be losing my mind. Our opponent does play Crispin though, and this Binding Mochi thing, I'm a little confused about, but yeah, if active Pokemon are asleep, not a super big deal, because we are just going to go ahead and Subjugating Chains the Pecharunt into the active, and then we can retreat it, and then we can attack, right? I feel like that's a thing we can do. No, okay, I guess we're not asleep. Oh, wow. So can we attack here? Yeah, we can attack. I don't... What am I thinking? What am I thinking that this deck does? But, you know, I don't know. We'll just play Janine's Secret Art. Again, this is just me trying to show you guys that Okidogi can work, right? I mean, it's not like the greatest deck in the world, but... Dude, I'm cool with that. We're just going to go ahead and smack him for 300 damage. Down goes the Komala. And I wonder if our opponent's going to concede. Like, I wonder if they give up. But there's got to be, after this, I'm going to look up on YouTube Komala deck and see what pops up. Because there's got to be some YouTuber or something that made it. Because now this would make for the second time I've seen Komala used. But that was a very quick match. That was like a, hey, here I am, and then concede. So I thought that was just somebody trying to like not farm losses. Maybe it is farm losses on the ladder. But let's go ahead and just Subjugating Chains into the Pecharunt. And then I'm going to retreat, and we can go into the Okidogi. Dude, this deck's so much fun. I adore this deck. And now, granted, do I want to Iono or Boss's Order up anything? No, I think we just go ahead and Chain Craze. Oh, that's so much fun. No, dude, our opponent is still committed. They Ultra Ball away a Psychic Energy and a Professor Turos, and they grab a Fezandipiti. Hey, you know what? Good on them for being so committed. Ooh, and our opponent does play the Boss's Orders. I don't think they realized how much that just helped us, right? Because if they would have gone into like Fezandipiti, we wouldn't have been able to knock it out with Okidogi. But now we can just go ahead and Subjugating Chains into the active, knock out the Munkidori. Actually, not even knock out the Munkidori. We're just going to knock out the Fezandipiti. Yeah, I got a Boss's Order in hand for a reason. So bring that Okidogi up, and we're going to go ahead and throw this down. Give me that bad boy, and 300 damage. Oh, dude, I love it when this deck comes together, bro. It's just so much fun. Now, granted, what are our prizes? Oh, beautiful. We can use the Janine's Secret Art for next turn to power up the Okidogi. Now, Pecharunt EX you can use as an attacker in this deck, but your opponent has to take prizes, right, for it to really matter. But, oh, wow, our opponent does go into Blood Moon Ursaluna. Look at that. That is a wild, wild 2 cards to have in your hand. So, down goes Okidogi. You hate to see it, but let's see. Can we even get the attack off next turn? I don't know if we can. So we'll go ahead and just give them the Pecharunt. And we have to Janine's Secret Art and get an energy. Oh, yeah, we can. We totally can. So let's go ahead and just, yeah, grab energy from our... Ooh, okay, thank God. I was about to say, if we don't see any energy, I'm going to cry. We can play the Night Stretcher. Grab an energy out of the discard. Attach it to the Okidogi. And now... Are we doing? Yeah, we're doing 260 damage on the dot. I was about to say, if we're not doing enough damage, bro, we're kind of screwed. But, yep, down goes Blood Moon Ursaluna, bro. Okidogi, man, when it sets up, you are boozing. I promise, guys, you want to try this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, man. Okidogi. I did not think you were going to be, like, super viable going into this new format, right? But, you know, we didn't play any, before I speak too soon, we didn't play any Dragon Pulse or Charizard, so just so you guys understand, right, any Stage 2 Pokemon, we do play Gravity Mountain to allow us to have an easier knockout. So if it's like 330 HP, Gravity Mountain brings it down to 300. You guys saw we can do 300 damage. And we also have Munkidori to manipulate more damage to the active. So if we are playing like a Mamoswine or a Torterra EX deck, we can manipulate damage over to that Pokemon and we can knock them out still with Okidogi. But all in all, man, I mean, I'm a fan of this deck, and especially this baby Pecharunt being able to throw that bad boy in the active and take donks, right, against 70 HP Pokemon. Spectacular. But I gotta say, aces to Genesect, that ace nullifier. I mean, if you get that set up with Arven Precious Trolley, tool attachment and you're playing Goldango, you basically win the game, right? Because they can't play down Energy Surge Pro. They have to knock out Genesect some way, somehow. And it's got 110 HP. It's actually fairly bulky. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy the video, please consider leaving a like, dropping a follow, and have a very, very wonderful day. Peace.